On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
They're in slavery.
I'm almost done. So they're afraid. I'm almost done. So they're afraid for their sons at this point, right? So once their sons turn into teenagers, once they start growing muscles, they start looking around like, yo, we finna get, it ain't nothing but an old man and fuck these people. We finna revolt. Here comes the mama. Don't you dare. Because I seen what happened to your daddy. You are going to do what master says because I want to keep this family together. But mama, we slaves. You sit down and you shut up. Let me tell you something. I'm going to go tell him what y'all about to do if y'all don't leave us alone. If you revolt, I ain't leaving. You're going to have to leave your mama behind. Next thing you know, they sit their ass down. The woman, whether now or back then, is the number one most important part of good economics. Y'all asses keep the slavery going to this fucking day.
Okay, so then like this is the I had to make sure of that first, that's what y'all thought. So what happened where the situation that we have now ended up being, you know, all the things that you all have been describing, what happened to that leadership and how did our community get to, I guess, the state that it's in where we're now trying to like come together, or we should be trying to come together and rebuild and, you know, do all that. How did it get to that point? I heard Mr. Let Go mention babies, like women raising babies a certain way. Okay, but there were also grown men at that same time. What were they doing during this time? You know, since you knew what the babies were doing and what the mothers were doing, what were the men, the grown men doing during that time while all of these things that you mentioned were happening?
I can answer that. Women by droves in the 70s chose, keyword, chose government housing, government
wait,
care.
Like,
government.
No, you're talking about a different time here. Hold on.
What were the men doing?
I'm answering the question.
Hey, the same way.
What
you gotta let them finish.
Doing?
But he's talking about a different time.
What were the men doing?
You still gotta let them
finish.
Can
you let me finish, please? Can y'all please mute?
Where they at?
Can y'all please hit the mute button?
Okay.
Please. I need to see the mute button.
No.
Mute. Hit the button.
You know you're not gonna tell no black woman to do nothing.
You not no,
Mr. Let Go.
No, you asked the question. Let me.
I know, but just
I mute when you start talking. Can you mute when I start talking? Can you give me that respect, Caleb?
You gotta let him finish.
And Kay.
It's not a but.
Can you? Thank you.
Hold on, Mr. Let Go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Let Go, and then I'll
because I hit the mute button when they talk.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is what happened to the black men. There was all over the place because I was somewhere in it. Young women were leaving their mom's house because they couldn't get along with their mom in order to get Section 8. They could live right across the street in the projects and live under Section 8. Everybody knew or had a very good understanding of what they needed and what they were going to get. Free housing, a check in the mail every month, and daycare, peace program, and food stamps. And of course, Section 8, right? The young women couldn't wait to leave their mama's house. And when it comes to, you know, just the feminine energy of a woman, you already know, you go anywhere and pull your skirt up, a dude gonna run up in there. You go up in a bridge, be like, yo, somebody get some of this. You go to the gas station. Yo, who wants some of this? We go in the back of the gas station. It's going to be some idiot that's going to be like, ah, shit, let's go. All right. So when it comes to where was a black man, a woman has the ability to go find any man on the planet. Because a lot of us, our dicks get on hard. We just going to go up in there. No condom, no nothing. I don't know this woman. I don't give a shit. Where's she at? All right. So it's always a man somewhere that would do that. So when it comes to this, young girls to get away from their mama's house was going in droves Where do I sign up? Well, you got to have a baby first. Oh, I'll be right back. Give me a few months. I'll take care of that. One of these dumbass niggas is going to get me pregnant. And next thing you know, she pregnant, she got a baby, and she got the Birdman hands. She like, oh shit, I'm about to get all these benefits. Next thing you know, her ass is a single mother, proudly depending on the fucking government. And that is the reason why all these young boys to this day are fucked up, because they didn't have daddies and their daddies didn't have daddies. And now all these men are feminized, stupid, and losers. I'm gonna stop right there.
Okay, so Mr. Let Go, that's not what I was asking. I was asking about when you were referring to the whole Willie Lynch, the whole thing you were talking about. I'm trying to take it back to that point when you were talking about how people were being broken and all of that was happening, and how the women were raising the children a certain way due to fear of not wanting them to be perceived a certain way by, you know, the powers that be back then or whatever. I was asking about that. So back then, during that time, like when it was starting, based on what you were just explaining, not this time, but the time before that when you were explaining, where were the men then? What were they doing before welfare and all that got put into place? I'm talking about
that's a oh my god, that's so disingenuous.
I can answer that real quick.
It's slavery. It's the one.
Real quick.
Let him answer. We're gonna move on.
Real quick, because I got it right here. The perfect situation for sound sleep in economics, sound sleep, this is important, sound sleep in economics. Before the breaking process, we had to be alert and on guard at all times, which means there's an old man and his wife and a dog in the house, and you got 30 slaves in the back. How do we keep these slaves from revolting? Well, one, you get rid of the man that actually made the babies, the strong male. You know, we make a, do some stuff to him. We'll say that, right? Scares the shit out of women. So the daddy that just made all these children, he don't got bloop, arms gone, legs gone, right? The mom is like, oh my God. And he says, and if you don't get your little sons in line, that's going to happen to your sons when they get older. Next thing you know, just like in the book says.
So slavery.
Wait, so between welfare and slavery.
I'm almost done. So they're afraid. I'm almost done. So they're afraid for their sons at this point, right? So once their sons turn into teenagers, once they start growing muscles, they start looking around like, yo, we finna get, it ain't nothing but an old man and fuck these people. We finna revolt. Here comes the mama. Don't you dare. Because I seen what happened to your daddy. You are going to do what master says because I want to keep this family together. But mama, we slaves. You sit down and you shut up. Let me tell you something. I'm going to go tell him what y'all about to do if y'all don't leave us alone. If you revolt, I ain't leaving. You're going to have to leave your mama behind. Next thing you know, they sit their ass down. The woman, whether now or back then, is the number one most important part of good economics. Y'all asses keep the slavery going to this fucking day.